All right, brother. Give me a grade. UFC 302 from A+ to F-. Where is it falling on your plate in terms of just overall experience?
A lot of decisions in this one,
brother. A lot of decisions, a lot of weird decisions. Decisions where like the right guy won every time still, but a lot of like unnecessary splits.
And the judges, they said one of the judges should never ever judge another fight.
I don't know, was it the same guy?
Same guy.
Bad cards throughout the whole night?
I believe so.
Okay.
So it didn't really start taking off for me until, I'm gonna say, until like Randy Brown, so until the main card. The rest of them were just kind of for me.
I'm trying to think, like Mickey Gall looked good. The Mickey Gall fight was fun.
Yeah.
The Aline Perez fight was kind of whatever.
This fight wasn't bad. They were kind of scrapping a little bit.
There just really wasn't. There wasn't a ton. I mean, like, I don't want to shit on the whole card. There were like fun little spots here and there.
I hate when stuff goes
by large.
I didn't even realize.
I was stoked for this fight, and I liked how this one worked out. I mean, you know, Almeida came through, kind of fucking handled business.
Yeah. I figured it was going to be submission. It's just usually what he is.
Yeah, no, he's a freak. But yeah, just kind of
it was a bunch of
whatever. And then even like the Price Morono was, I mean, it was a fine fight. The Randy Brown fight, fine fight, but like nothing. For me, this is when shit got interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until this
he got cracked, right? He got cracked.
Until this point, I feel like the card was like a C.
Yeah,
it was. I wasn't mad at it, but it was just a card.
Just the last three, I think.
But this shit kind of turned up here.
I was going to give this about a B+, as I think what I was going to give it for overall card.
See, all right, I'll get to my thoughts on the co-main because I feel like it picked up here because Kevin Holland broke his goddamn arm and was like, you could see him.
He looked at the ref and was like, "Hey, bro, he ain't tapping. I'm gonna break it."
You saw him like looking at Olajaychik and be like, "Okay." He like sighed and like. He was like, all right, I'm snapping it.
I don't know if it came out what happened to it actually. I thought it was initially broken, and then I think Joe was like, it might just be absolutely dislocated.
Oh yeah, it could have just been popped out of place. But
it was like,
yo, but to show you how fucking tough Olajaychik is, it wasn't a thing where he started protesting it a minute later. They didn't pop his elbow back into place, and then he's like, I want to fight. The dude like rolled to his knees, being like, what the fuck? Like.
Right.
Just wanting to go, I didn't tap, and it's like your arms.
He actually, in the
it
looked like he tapped.
He like put his hand where you would if you tap, but then like just didn't do it. You know what I mean? He touched him, but didn't do like the second touch. I would like to see a second, or at least like come off.
Yeah.
He like pause tapped. You know, he like tap canceled or some shit. But yeah, dude, Kevin Holland, you could tell didn't want to break it, and then he was like, all right, the motherfucker just wasn't gonna tap. Yeah. Bro, if Kevin Holland's not in your fucking like top 10 favorite fighters to watch, you're a bitch, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's fun. He's always fun whether he wins.
Speaking of Kevin Holland, I ain't gonna speak on it yet, but this is their topic. But man said it looks like I'm fighting on the next one.
Yeah, shit. Okay, we'll see.
And I was like, oh, and I think I reposted it. It was like, please.
Yeah, that'd be dope, dude.
Yeah, because he got cracked though. He did get cracked and got sat down.
Yeah, you got popped.
But when dude stuck his arm in there like that, I thought, you be
forgetting about Kevin Holland's jiu-jitsu, dude. You know, he makes you forget about it, and then it's like the dude's a legit. I want to say he's a black belt from Travis Lutter. I mean, he's got legit credentials
for sure. So I'll be honest, I thought Paulo Costa was going to stand there and have a dogfight with Sean Strickland.
Yep. I thought that Paulo Costa was going to not bum rush him because he looked more calculated in his last fight, but I thought it would be more of a thing where like he was pressing and like making Sean's Philly shell really have to work and like see how it stands under like big pressure.
He was tagging Sean, but Sean was like not doing his normal thing. He wasn't throwing a lot of punches at first, and it was throwing me off.
Sean teased him to death, though, dude. Yes, I would love to see like the finals numbers on just how many kicks he landed to his stomach. Like I know that's.
I think that's I don't know by target. 60. So
he landed 84, but that probably counts the punches. But honestly, there weren't a lot of punches in there. A lot of that 84, that's got to be at least 75 teeps.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Paulo Costa was tagging Sean in the legs. He
landed some good leg kicks in the first round.
Yeah,
but man, he just. Okay, are these how many they threw?
I think it's got to be how many they threw.
Yeah,
because he definitely threw. He didn't throw. He definitely threw more than 3 in the
Yeah, I
first
thought he
round.
landed more than 3.
So he threw 67 body shots, and most of them I think were the teep kicks.
104. I don't think he got hit in the head 104 times. This
No,
seems,
I think Valacosta. I think Sean threw 104.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is odd. There's a weird way to set that up.
And it doesn't say.
It looks like I think it's fucking my head because back in the day on the wrestling video games, your guy would have a meter beside him that looked like this, and if his head was real red, you were getting beamed up, dude.
And that could be with this, but that's. It doesn't make. I'm a little confused too because, like you said, in the first round, Costa threw a lot of leg kicks.
Yeah.
He did not definitely throw 3 leg kicks.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's just that's a weird way to set that up. Yeah, either way, dude, I don't know, man. The fight was kind of boring. I didn't hate it, but
Sean even said it was boring.
yeah. I mean, it was interesting to watch Sean just kick him in the stomach over and over and over and over again.
And
but
I thought, I think he hurt him 2 times. I think he hurt Costa twice.
yeah.
And
No, he just kind of he dominated, but not like in a blood.
normal.
He kind of just talks all week about we're gonna go out there, we're gonna bleed for you, we're gonna fucking stand nose to nose, rah 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 rah, and then like,
didn't.
and it's like I guess he tried, but it also felt like he could have tried a little harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
I feel like he could have tried a little harder, but that would be dumb. That'd be very dumb. I'm not mad at Sean at all. I'm not saying that he should have tried harder.
Costa is a specimen.
Yeah, and if you just go bum rushing in, throwing shit, and you get caught with something, it's really dumb. Especially if you won every round convincingly.
It's like a rhino.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a problem. But yeah, I don't know. He just he stayed on his back foot the whole time.
And then he said, and I agree, he should get. He did not have to fight back.
No, yeah.
You give him his chance because I heard they were talking about it's going to be Izzy versus Dricus just for that rivalry. I don't necessarily believe Izzy should. I don't think he should get that. I get why they're giving it to him because of the African rivalry or whatever, but you lost.
Yeah, it is kind of weird to give Izzy. I mean, he's not. His last fight was.
I thought it was against
Was it Strickland fight?
I think
He's
it
not
was.
even had. It's a weird one to get like an automatic title
And
shot
they're
coming
giving
back
it to
off
him
of.
after he says, "I'm going to retire for 7 years" or some shit like that. Is what he said. I think.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
I don't necessarily agree with giving him.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But either way, yeah, Sean Strickland handled business.
I think Sean gets his. And he fights Dricus. I think he gets his.
I do think he's more deserving. I think
he gets his win back.
Yeah, he dominated Izzy. He arguably won the DDP fight. That was a close fight.
Yes.
A very close decision. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess, but then there's the whole like Whitaker fight and Hamza.
I'd say that.
Kind of log jams it up. So
That's this month too.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they proceed.
Okay, this one. Hey, that man. I think it was even Khabib or their manager said Dustin is the best tired fighter in the game. When both of you are tired and it comes down to it, that man puts you down.
Yeah, good luck, bro.
And I was sure hoping. I know I picked Poirier. In my head, I knew Islam was going to win.
Yeah.
But the boy from Lafayette fighting in Lafayette. I think that was where that was at. Was that?
No, that was in Jersey.
But I think the town was like Lafayette County or Lafayette, Jersey, or something like that.
I knew it was Newark, New Jersey, but if there was like
I think it
Lafayette,
was
Lafayette County or something
like that'd
be funny
because they brought that up on it was Newark, but I think it was Lafayette County or Lafayette something because somebody brought that up. They were like they put on Twitter they're like
that's funny.
The boy from Lafayette fighting
in Lafayette. It's kind of lined up,
right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, this is probably going to be his last chance. Let me pick on him. And he had a shot. He was getting pieced up, and I think it was I'm gonna say it wasn't DC, but it was somebody kind of like DC, well known. They were like, I had him. He didn't win any of them. He was getting beat. It was a fighter actually. It was Whitaker.
Okay.
He said I had Islam winning every single round. He was outstriking Dustin. I don't know.
I think I had Dustin winning one round. I don't remember which round it was, but I thought I gave maybe the third. It wasn't the.
Yeah. See, so he got.
That was the first or the second was where he got stuck on the bottom for the whole time, or he was had Islam on his back quite a bit. That might have been the first. I thought that was the second round though.
Second round, there was
I don't know.
It had to have been this one.
Might have been, might have been the first
46 to 11.
Kind of had him stuck.
One takedown right here. He stuffed 1 of 4. Close one. Submission attempt.
Had the takedown.
4. So, I mean, I think I actually had it possibly 2-2 if you give him round 2, because he stuffed a bunch of takedowns. He got taken down once, but I'm pretty sure he got back up.
I don't remember. I feel like I gave Dustin 1 round, but I do think it was a thing where because each round was close, people assumed that it must have been tied up. And sometimes in MMA, because of the 10-point must system, like you can have a close round, but he won that whole round because even if it was close, he still wins that whole 10 points. So,
and I think that's me just because I picked Dustin. Could have had it 2. He definitely won one of them, and it was either 4 or it was either 2. It wasn't 3. I don't think it was either 4 or it was 2, because he had outstruck him. I think he was bleeding, and the 4th was when he cut him open.
Yeah, he landed an elbow, kind of busted him up,
and it could have been the 4th. But the second, looking at it now, I'd have to go back and rewatch that.
I need to.
There were. It was like close rounds, but it was also when he got taken down and got held there, it wasn't close at all. He was just getting beat up. But when he would stuff the takedowns, he was also really tagging that boy. I mean, he really was. And so
he stuffed a ton of takedowns. That was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, so he stuffed 3 there.
And I think sometimes, like,
5 there
will have this effect with people that he had with Volk, where if you do better against him than people think you should, people then like equate that to like, oh, he beat him. Or like, oh man, he must have been winning rounds. And it's like, just because he didn't get fucked up like you
that was the first time that Islam has been cut up like that.
Hey, that was, dude, he pushed him.
And he pushed him. He got in there and did his thing. I mean,
I'll say, though, that it shows just as much for Islam, because now it's like you see what he does, like battling adversity, fighting a tested, a real proven. Because people have been like, oh, well, you know, he beat Charles, but it kind of seemed too easy. Maybe that was an off night for Charles. And then he beats Volk twice, and they're like, oh, well, he's a 45er, you know.
Used to weigh 250.
And they'll say that about Dustin. They'll be like, well, yeah, he's lost every fucking title fight. Like, so people, you always have those assholes that want to, like, just shut down, you know, accomplishments. I feel like walking away have a lot of respect for how Islam was able to battle through not a great night for him. He had staff. You know what I mean? That's come out that he had staff in the I guess like on his shin or whatever a couple weeks before.
I did see that they were talking about that, but it was never. I never saw it confirmed.
I don't think that he still had it, but I think he had it a couple weeks out and like missed a week of training as a result. I'm not 100%.
I'll be honest. I don't think he needs training. He's been doing it. He knows what he does. He knows what to do.
But I think they were talking about like missed out on like strength and conditioning, working on his cardio. Probably also like getting the weight down makes that weight cut harder if you miss the road work doing that. And antibiotics just like fuck your system up fatigue wise.
Dustin didn't have long hair. That fucking piss. Right. He was doing it.
But he was making up in the shorts. Right?
It was
somebody. I was watching someone. They're like, he keeps messing with his shorts, dude. I think something's wrong with his shorts. I was like, let him cook. when he starts hitting that, hey, come here, young fella. That's that motherfucking. Oh man, but yeah. It happens. Yeah, he got
I don't know what he's gonna do, and I hated that his daughter was there. She was crying because he lost.
But yeah, she wasn't feeling it. You know,
it was the first time he's ever been there. But
that's tough. You gotta have that though.
I don't think he should retire. Even DC said he said, "Man, there's a lot of money to be made," but he said, "I don't need the money."
He's good on the money, dude. At this point, I'd really like to see Dustin retire and be able to kind of be with his family. You know, I think that he could, and he even said that. He's like, I could climb back to the top. I can do that. He's like, I'm just not going to do it. You know, time to like really like be a dad, be a husband.
I have a feeling he's going to retire. If not, I don't know. Again, I don't know how many fights he has left on his
contract. I also thought about boxing.
Hey, because he's not gonna. He said, I'm not going to fight Conor. I'm gonna beat him. I don't want to. Connor's like, oh, you're going to fight me. Dog, but now
they could run into boxing because when they first started talking about the fight, him and Conor years back, it was going to be a charity boxing thing. That's how they'd even started talking to each other on Twitter about it. Hey, let's do a charity boxing match, blah blah blah. Because Conor was like trying to get some activity or some shit going. Then I think it transformed into like a MMA fight, and it went from there. So it would be fun to see them run it back in like a year or two, something like that, and him get another big payday on that side. Something that he's already naturally a really good boxer MMA wise. It's not like he's been Askren and he's going to have to go and leave for months.
I want him and Max Holloway to just get after it.
Also, hey, yeah, I mean, selfishly, I mean, I don't know how they would meet up outside of the UFC. I feel like if they fight again, it would be in the UFC.
Oh yeah, I just feel like just stand there and box each other.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It would I just all the best for him. It was kind of tough seeing him lose, but I heard somebody say like that last fight was in a way like a wrapping up, kind of like a representative story of like his whole career, just like the highs and the lows and like getting stuck on the bottom, getting held down, but like fighting back, able to split the guy open.
I think he even,
but then
he
fucking
hit him with a couple good shots, and I was like, damn.
No, he was doing work, dude. He was doing work. Islam was outstriking him in a lot of exchanges as well. It wasn't like a situation where Dustin had his number on the feet and Islam was having to take him down.
Round, he got kneed twice, and then he kind of left himself susceptible to that knee to the face. Every time Islam would, when he would push off Islam,
hey, he had that nasty. He like bridges up and just kind of hit you with the get the fuck up off of me.
And when he would
bro.
do that, he would have success striking later on. Because like, I guess he was like kind of sunning him. He was like, "Hey, bro, you're not gonna sit into it." But when he would allow him to pull his head down in that clinch,
yeah,
Islam was hitting him with some knees.
Hey, and head, also, dude, Islam wasn't said. Islam just walks forward and grabs your goddamn head. Like other dudes try to punch their way in and like get to a clinch and then work for the tie. Islam's just like, give me that motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. I guess what are you gonna do about it? I mean, it works for him. He just walked forward and just kind of.
His takedown defense was so good this fight.
Dude, he impressed the shit out of me.
But
his scramble's fun.
Dog,
Scramble City.
The fucking swinging of the leg is nasty.
Hey, Islam's a motherfucker. And when he talked about that afterwards, he was like, bro, he like swung my legs around. He's like, and that was like the beginning of the end for me.
Dude, I had all the momentum of my leg took me to the ground.
Yeah.
Bro, when he
and
was
that's
doing
what DC was like.
Almost like he was whipping a rope. He was like,
it's like, and that's what DC was saying. He's like, bro, he like had to break into like a tertiary zone of takedowns. Like he's breaking out like levels upon levels. Right. Whenever this one doesn't work, you have to like move it here. And that's what Dustin was saying. He's like, bro, those guys are just so fucking good. They know so much about like weight distribution and like where your feet have to be and where your weight needs to be at any point, and they can just disrupt that and like take that from you. But Dustin, dude, handles his fucking losses like a goddamn champ.
And they were very respectful to each other. Yeah. It was awesome. Okay. I don't know why it's happening.
The motherfucking Undertaker.
Sorry, though. I'm gonna flip that on. I don't know why. Like, I saw where, who was it? Where somebody mentioned, Colby fight Dustin at a higher weight. Somebody else said they would take Dustin on at a higher weight. I can't remember who it was. I might have screenshotted it on Twitter. Let me see. Cause there's things that I sent to myself or that I saved. So I was like, okay.
Talking about who? Talking about Dustin?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, Colby fight at welterweight. I could see that. They talked a lot of shit back and forth. That'd be fun to see.
Colby, but it was somebody else, and they were like, "Hey, I'll fight Dustin at I'll be his intro to 170 or whatever."
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. I don't know if I sent it myself on fucking Twitter, if I did it on Instagram, but I usually send myself stuff just so that we can see it later, so we can talk about it.
But then I think it comes down to like kind of what Dustin was saying. He's like, I could get another fight again. I could win another fight. He's like, but at that point, like, what am I fighting for?
Right.
You know, like he wants to be champion, and I don't really know if he has a big venue, like a path at 170 to the belt either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Leon Edwards is going to be a tough fight. Like, that's a very crisp striker. You're not going to get him to get into a lot of...
And then what's his name? Islam said he wanted to fight at 170.
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, let him... Hey, he done fought the 145-pound champ. He's still the 155-pound champ. Let him fight the 170 champ.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I would like to see him fight Arman Saryukian, but I think at this point...
I think he would.
Wants to go to 170, let him do it. Did you see Dana try to act like he was like... That's the first I've heard of Islam wanting to go to 170. He's not said anything to me about it. I'm like, I think he's talked about it before, brother. You know what I mean? I don't know. Dana plays weird.
So, and speaking of Colby Covington, apparently Islam invited Charles Oliveira to train with him to prepare for a potential Colby Covington fight.
I saw that at 170, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. I like everything about that, dude. Colby versus Charlie Olives at 170. That'd be interesting to see. Like
Charlie Olives, I think he gives him the business.
Oh no, he fucks Colby all the way up. But I'm just saying, like, that would be a fun fight to watch. The build up would be cool. Colby talk a lot of shit, And Colby's tough, man. I mean, he's not looked great in his last couple of fights, but he's not a fucking
that said that they would
scrub.
That they would welcome Dustin to 170. It was a top guy. I mean, I think it was a top 10er. I'd have to look at the rankings to see.
Yeah.
But they said.
I think at this point, man, if we see Dustin fight again, it'll be more of a one-off, big money fight.
Absolutely.
I think he would fight Nate. He'd go box Nate or something like that. You know what I mean? Make some good money. It's like, yeah, dude, there's too much money off on the side for a one-off boxing fight for him to take another UFC fight for, I don't even know what he gets paid, but there's no way he's making like fucking $5 million. You know what I mean? Like, you could make easy $5-10 million bare minimum going to boxing somewhere. If he boxed somebody with half a fucking name, you could easily see Dustin Poirier making $20 million. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, that wouldn't be nothing. So, and that's what the guy fucking deserves. You know what I mean? Then he's set. I bet he's already set. He's already built a lot of businesses. But a fat couple millies, you know, would be nice. And just one night, go box somebody.
Right.
Go box a fucking YouTuber. I don't know. But, yeah, if that was the end of it, man, then you know, thanks
that man.
Thanks to that boy, Dustin Poirier.
And he's, I mean, for me, top 5
oh yeah,
on the favorite fighters.
Yeah, no, for sure. Always shows up. Oh, and dude, in some of the better fights of all time. And bro, here's the thing about Dustin Poirier. I'll say this, bro. Post-fight Dustin is a menace, dude. Dude, when Dustin walked over there to Dan Hooker, hey, what was that day? He said, "You're gonna break my face?" Like, this motherfucker.
When he beat Chandler?
Yeah. And he's like, "No, you're dirty, motherfucker. You put your fingers in my mouth." Like, you don't give a shit, dude. He will fucking fight you again right afterwards. He's like, "No, you don't shit, you motherfucker." And
when he fucking fought Dan Hooker, he was like, it was a good try.
Yeah, good try. Hey, this is my fucking house. Hey, he's real quick to scrap with you and be like, "Hey, this is my goddamn house you're in right now." He was like, "Which one, Madison Square Garden?" He's like, "No, okay, get the fuck out. All right, whatever, guy."
You can pick him to win against just about anybody. Almost anybody. I mean, 9 times out of 10, he's
John Anik has the best quote, man. When the bullets are flying, I'm picking Dustin Poirier.
100%, yeah.
And that's it, bro. Yeah. When you go back and watch some of his highlights and these big brawls that he gets into with Hooker and Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, any of these guys, just watch his fucking eyes. He's always looking, always in the pocket. He's got such good vision in these chaotic moments, and that's why he's able to put guys down. You know, so yeah. I almost said R.I.P., but he's not dead. But you know, like fucking.
This is the last we've seen of him, man. We appreciated it.
Yeah. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. You know what I mean? Shout out Fall Out Boy. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, you ever heard of Fall Out Boy? That's that on that one.
Now.